What's up, Internet? On today's episode of Long-Term Support, we're going to talk about setting up a privacy-focused open-source workspace online. You can use any web browser, really, should be able to handle this workflow, but seeing as how it's open source, and the point of all of this is to kind of help keep our data sovereignty in our hands and away from big companies that like to steal our data, I'm going to use tried and true open source Firefox here. And if you guys are newer computer users, you might need a rundown of just basic things that web browsers can do. Firefox is no different than Chrome or Edge. It lets you browse different websites in various ways. You have a bookmarks bar here, tabs you can open up to go to different pages. Get on Facebook in one tab here. We can go to YouTube, pretty standard fare. Click between your pages. Running a little slow in the virtual machine today. Good deal. See, you got other features in Firefox here as well. We'll make an account later when we have an email. We don't have an email yet. It's part of the thing today. We're going to set all this up so you can open new windows, private windows for any illicit searching you may need to do. You've got a bookmark manager in here. We'll be adding to that later as we move along. You can view your history. You've got your downloads here. You can use it to manage your passwords if you like. We'll be going into a few different password management things. We can forego this one for now. And then usually there's going to be some good add-ons and themes you'll want to get started with. And then your settings as well. We'll be spending some time making sure we get Firefox set up throughout the course of this video here. And we'll be touching on other tools I've spoken about in the blog. We're going to make some accounts in Proton, Bitwarden, and NextCloud and get all that tied back up in here and just get a whole environment going. Let's see, I like a dark Firefox theme. My downloads folder is a good default spot to save things too. Let's take a look here. My home page. Why don't we make that my home page? Okay. So that should be saved. Alright, let's add a bookmark here on my home page. We can set that up as a bookmark. It's going to ask you where to name it. We're just going to name it long-term support here. Default location will be right in the bar here. We can hit save, and now you can see we've got a shortcut saved. That is a bookmark here. Let's get rid of these. If you right-click an entry you don't want, you can delete a bookmark right here. You can get rid of this one as well. Remove that from the toolbar. There we go. We've just got our one button so far saved. What other options do we have? If we right click in a blank space, it's not the right one. Let's try that again. Here we go. Bookmarks toolbar, always show. Now it will not hide, it will always stay here. Okay, let me see. Let's get some add-ons going on. Let's get this started. There's a bunch of themes you can get. Those are pretty cool. I'm not going to take a lot of time on those right now. Let's see. There's a uBlock Origin's a pretty good free ad blocker for your browser, so we can look up uBlock, and right here we go. As you can see, that one's very popular. And then all you'll need to do here is hit add to Firefox, and then tell it add here when it pops up. Tell it OK. And now, up here, we've got a uBlock Origin add-on loaded into Firefox. So this is going to be blocking advertisements on websites you visit. If you ever are on a site where you don't want that feature happening, you can click up here while you're on the site and turn it off for the site that you're on, or turn it back on here. And then let's see what other add-ons we need. I really like this one. One of my favorite ones is going to be the Dark Reader add-on. My eyes really start to get bothered by reading all of like this, the way this page is here. Too much light, too much white screen here blinds me and starts to make my eyes hurt over time. So this add-on here, which we're going to add the same way, it actually will put a little icon up here for you to use, and it will automatically make a lot of your websites dark. Just makes all of them into a dark theme even if they don't have one. It makes it a lot easier on the eyes. I don't know how I managed to survive browsing the internet this long without it. This has been a really good one. Let's see. Okay, let's come in here and tell it we want to pin this to the toolbar. So now it's out here right where we can grab it. And so now I'm on this page. Let's see. Let's apply it and see if it will. Oh, doesn't work on that page. Ah, okay. It says that page was not allowed that way. What's my site look like here now? You can see my page only just very slightly brightens up. It's more apparent on other pages. Let's see what Amazon looks like here. Here you are on Amazon with it off, and then you can turn Dark Reader on. And as you can see, the page is now much darker in the background. So Dark Reader here will help keep all of your pages darkened so it doesn't hurt your eyes quite so much. So that's a quick rundown on some bookmarking features and the different add-ons for Firefox. That's a pretty basic setup. But let's say we want to expand that setup. Maybe we need an email address to get started online here. So I happened to be talking about that just the other day here. Let's check out Proton and get an account set up on Proton. It's just proton.me. is the website. They offer free or paid. It's all open source, very privacy focused. Keep your data safe, just belonging to you. Lots of encryption and all that. They do mail. They've got a calendar, a file storage drive, VPN, and a password manager all rolled up into one. You can use them all to some extent for free. We're going to create a free account. We're going to get Proton free. Alright, slight hiccup there. The Proton website was detecting that I had some weird stuff going on with my network connection because I'm inside a virtual machine sharing the internet connection with the host machine, so it was not letting me create the account through the virtual machine here. So I just hopped out of the virtual machine for a minute here and just finished the process on my main computer. So I just put in a username and password over there and just got the account created. So now back here, we've created the account. So let's just log in. Don't want to save it right now. Firefox will save passwords if you want it to. Alright, when you first load into Proton Mail for the first time, it'll ask you if you want to import your Google email, your Gmail here, which you're welcome to if you have that and you're migrating over. Or if you don't or would not like to do that, we can just hit skip here, and then there's going to be a few pop-ups. Let's see. It'll let you get it. I believe there are more themes than these few, but this carbon one's generally the one I like, a darker one with a gray and a bit of purple there. The default one's not bad, honestly. If you see, that one's got a little brighter. I'd get it a bit darker. A lot of dark themes. This Monokai one's very popular. I see a lot of apps using that one. Let's see here. Okay, and then it'll also tell you about the other services here. If you'd like to go through that, you can hit get started here. All right. Now this is a cool feature they have. For free, you get just half a gigabyte of storage by default. If you look down here, 500 megabytes, but they will double that to 1 gigabyte if you go through and just follow these guides here to get everything set up. You can get the app on your Android or iPhone. You can just do the different options here to kind of help you get started with the program, and then they'll double your fee, your storage quota there to 1 gigabyte for free still. So that is a pretty cool deal they have going on. Alright, and then if you close that, those will stay down here for you to continue. I don't know what the time frame is on that. It may time out after so long, but I don't know. If it doesn't, that's great. Just whenever you have some time, that's definitely worth it. Let's see. So it's just a standard email, kind of what you would expect in here so far. I mean, if you've used an email client ever, I mean, this is just going to be another website. Let's see. There we go. Email myself. Okay, and then looks like you can actually schedule to have emails sent out if you'd like to. You've got text editor in here. You can blow this up to full screen so you can type better if you need to type a longer message. You've got, standard text editing functionality here, inserting links. Down here you can put in your attachments. Let's see. And then we can go to the settings over here. There's some more options for you to change. The theming, like I mentioned, there were a few other different themes down here. You can opt into their beta access to try new features if you'd like to here. Change some other settings. You can go into all the settings right here and take a look at what other things we have. There you can get a rundown of your free account and what that gets. You can upgrade from in here if you'd like to. All kinds of other options on the side here for you to check out. And aside from just mail, which I do actually want to enable this, that way it'll notify me here with little pop-ups anytime I get an email. But other than just the mail, if you click the icon up here, we can go try out some of the other application they've got. Our account gets us access to all these here, so let's see what all it'll let us do. Alright, and then the calendar's pretty standard, what you would expect from a calendar. You can set up new events here. Those can be synced up with your phone when you use the app on your phone as well. Got some different options here, just standard stuff you'd expect in any email calendar. Nothing wrong with any of that. And then the drive is another feature we've got here. You'll notice all these are opening up in separate tabs along the top. Okay, welcome to Proton Drive. This is where you've got an encrypted storage drive from Proton here, where you can upload files from your computer into here, and they're stored in encrypted storage, and no one should be able to get access to those. Should be very safe, assuming you keep your password very safe as well. If you use a weak password on stuff like this, it doesn't really help. It's usually a good idea to change your password every so often as well. Let's see. In the drive too, you can share information to other people as well. You can share the files you've got saved in here to other people. Let's see, and it'll let you upload files and folders. So if you want to bulk upload a whole folder, you should be able to through here as well, and then it'll just open up the file browser on your computer, navigate to whatever file you like. I've got a test file right here. I can hit open, and you'll see down here at the bottom it's going to begin uploading that file. File's been uploaded. Okay. So now if I refresh this page, my file should be here, supposedly. Oh, it helps if I go to my file folder, huh? Yeah, right here you go. Got a test file saved. Okay. And then the VPN. I don't know if I can use that on here or not. We do get one VPN connection. However, with this one, I believe the VPN is only available as an app on our phone, so you probably have to download the Proton VPN app on your Android or iOS phone for that one. And then the password manager here as well. I believe that one's not a standalone service. I believe this one is yes, this one's just a browser plugin. You have to activate it on your account, and then it'll take you to the page here where we can add it to Firefox. Then we can hit yes, we want to add that in. Okay, and now, yep, here's your Proton password manager extension. Let me hide this one here. Okay, oops, let's see. Okay, so Proton password manager's been installed here. Done. Let's connect our account. Okay, good deal. We've got that one signed in and ready to go. Let's actually test out that Proton password manager now, because so far we do have a password set up for this email, for this Proton account. So let's see if we can't store it in here. Okay, so this may just be a free trial for the for the password manager. We may not get to use this one much, which is just fine, though. I was going to use Bitwarden anyway. I was just checking out this because it's new. When I first signed up for Proton, this wasn't a thing. Let's see. Let's say I want to make a new password. I can hit generate. Nice. I can change random. There you go. Take special characters in or out. Adjust how many characters it is. Nice. These are all good features. That in, and then I can hit save or create here. So I've got one here, and then I've intentionally given it a password here that's a strong password, but it's not the actual password to log in because I'm not trying to use the Proton Mail password manager right now. We'll go in with Bitwarden later is going to be the main one we will use, especially if this one's just going to be a trial, because the purpose of this is to give everybody a free platform to do all of this online with. So we'll make sure we get a free password manager that won't lock us out after so long. Okay, let's see. We've got a few emails while we've been sitting here. Get the apps. I've got all the apps as well on Android. They've all been pretty nice. Definitely makes transitioning from Google and their platform to a different one nice when you've got all these different apps and features available. Let's see. And then they sent us one for Proton Pass as well. Okay. Good deal. So that is Proton. Let's say we probably also should bookmark some of these Proton tools. I like to do that in a folder since we're going to do a few of them here. So in Firefox you can make a folder of bookmarks, and that works like this. You can right click in the bar up here and tell it to add a folder. We're going to name it Proton here, and then right here when we're in Proton Mail I can hit to bookmark this. I'll just name it Proton Mail and tell it I want to save it in the bookmarks toolbar in Proton, save. And then as you see now, if I click the Proton folder in my bookmarks bar, there's a Proton Mail button. And we can repeat this for the other tools that actually have web clients here, like the calendar. Bookmark that. See, it's remembering the last location we saved it to was already in the Proton folder of the bookmarks bar. So let's save calendar in there. And then let's get the drive saved in here as well. Proton drive save. Alright, so there we've got it. Now we've got a Proton button here with links to calendar, drive, and mail. Next thing we need to add in here to Firefox is going to be Bitwarden, since we're going to need a password manager. So I've already done an article about Bitwarden you may have read already. We're going to just use the link right in here and see if Bitwarden will let us get signed up, or if I'm going to have to switch over to my other computer to make an account on here as well. We will find out. I have neglected to turn the darkness back on. Come back, Dark Reader. I need you back in my life. Okay. That looks a bit more reasonable to my eyes. Let's create an account here. Let's see, we are LTS Mint. Make sure you do a good password here for this one for sure, because this is going to be like the main password that unlocks all of your other passwords. So kind of the digital equivalent of putting all your eggs in one basket here. We're going to use this program to make all kinds of crazy, awesome, good passwords like what you're looking at here, the one that Firefox is suggesting. Bitwarden's going to just make all of those and save them for us, keep them encrypted and stored safe. So since it's going to do all of that, our job now is to make a really good password here. One of the requirements there said it has to be at least 12 long, so that's longer than most people are probably used to. Most of them are usually around 8, and I think that's where most people usually keep their passwords. Of course not. Let's see here. Okay, we create an account. I am assuredly human. What do we need now? Convertibles. That appears to be one. That appears to be one. There we go. Aye. These CAPTCHAs. Is this even a real car? What is happening? I feel like some of these are like AI generated cars. These are some strange looking photos actually. Jesus. There we go. We got the account set up for Bitwarden. Proton password manager's asking about it here. Since we're not going to be using it, we're going to say not now. Okay, and then we can log in here with the master password. All right. So let's start off by verifying our email address. So let's come back here to our Proton mail here. We've got our welcome to Bitwarden emails here. All right, verify, confirm. Then log back in with our master password here. Okay, so we've got that set up. This is the basic web client for Bitwarden. We can go ahead and bookmark that. That one can just go on the plain bookmark toolbar. There's also Bitwarden has an app for iOS and Android. Very handy, super awesome app actually, probably one of my favorites. And then also, I don't usually use just the website unless there's usually stuff for my account that I might have to go on here and change for some reason, but usually for Bitwarden you just want the browser plugin here. So if we come in here, we can look in our add-on store for Bitwarden. And then just download the Bitwarden add-on here, add that into Firefox. Add. Okay. And then you see it gets a little pop-up over here if you'd like to have that sidebar. I'm not a big fan of sidebars, so I always turn that one off. But that is always going to be one of the extensions here that I'm going to want to be on my toolbar. So Bitwarden needs to be front and center here. And then the way this one will work is when you're on a website, if you have signed into the Bitwarden add-on, then it'll let you know if there are any saved passwords for this site that it detects, and it'll help autofill that for you. Let's get one of those set up. Okay, let's add in our Proton mail. So if you click here, we'll want it to remember us. Continue. Do our master password again. There we go. So this is just the browser plugin. When you click it, once you're signed in, it'll keep you signed in for a while. It'll automatically log you out after so much time lapses. I believe you can change that in the settings. Let me add one in here just to test it out. So for Proton here, we'll just name it Proton. We'll put our username in here. And then our Proton password. And then it's got the website right here for it. So then we can hit save. And then as you see now, it's showing up here on the logins, and there's the number 1 up here, so you can tell it's detecting for this site that there is one. So I can sign out of here, and now I'm signed out of my Proton account. Let's say I'm out of there completely. I can go here, open up my Proton mail just fresh, click Bitwarden, click my Proton login, sign in. Okay. Got another email came through. So let's take a look here. Alright, so you can also go into your Bitwarden add-on here, and if we go to these different options here, you've got, this will view the whole password thing here and let us edit it. You can click this icon here to just copy the username. This one's for just copying the password, and that'll copy it onto your clipboard, so then you can right click and paste, or Control V if you need to, just get that pasted in elsewhere. If we need to update a password, we can go into view. It's going to give us a readout of everything here and some more settings. We can hit edit, and then we can come down here and you can actually have it check and see if this password's been exposed at any point in any known data breaches, which is a super handy thing. But you can come in here and we can generate passwords. We'll tell it, yeah, it's fine if it wants to override it. And then it'll just generate random passwords, or even usernames. You can have your usernames generated too. And then all of it's just irrelevant. It's all extra secure that way. You just keep it all in Bitwarden saved. And then you can change the parameters of your password here. You can change how long you want it to be. And then uppercase, letters, lowercase, numbers, special characters, all these other criteria here. It'll keep a password history so you can see what it was if you changed it at some point and forgot. Something else still is using the old password, so that's a good one to have. And then to change it, you'll just hit select. You can also copy this from right here by hitting that. And then once you've done that, then it's ready for you to paste it into Bitwarden, or I'm sorry, paste it into Proton then. So now that we had, if we'd have updated it there, then in our Proton settings here, we should be able to change the password in our settings here. Let's see, security and privacy. Oh no, account and password, there we go. Change password right here. Oh good, they've got two-factor as well. Okay, and then you'd enter your current password, and then you'd be able to paste in the new password and update it right here. So once you've done that, the goal would be to move all of your passwords out from being stuff that you've made up and are trying to remember on your own, to where Bitwarden is going to be making all of these really complicated passwords that you can't remember, and you've only got one, hopefully, complicated password to remember, that being your Bitwarden master vault password. So you can just keep adding more and more accounts into here, and it makes, keeping track of all of your passwords for numerous other sites just really, meaningless at that point. You don't have to think about it, unless it's time to change a password, then you log in and it adds a little bit of extra update process. But still, other than that, even with having to do that, it's still much easier than the alternative. I've not used a password manager most of my life, and so just having started using these more recently, that's really been a huge game changer for just browsing the web. Being able to save your passwords like that, I can't recommend it enough. Really great service. So now that we've got Bitwarden set up and going, and we've got our Proton bookmarked, Bitwarden bookmarked, all that's good to go, our next one is gonna be NextCloud. So maybe we can get a little more productive, a little more storage stuff going on. So NextCloud is pretty cool. It's kind of like a open source version of Google Suite. Get different options in here. We'll make a free account in here with our Proton email. Sign up now for a free account. Let's see, there are different servers you can choose from here. You can see which country they're located in, what apps they allow you to use, and how much storage space they are offering you for your free account. So there's a few different options to choose from. The default one is just the good cloud here from Amsterdam. We're going to go ahead and stick with that one today. Let's go ahead and put in our email here. Okay, let's copy that and let's get Bitwarden to make a password for us. So let's click that, tell it we want to add a login. We're going to call it NextCloud. The username is going to be the email here, and the password. We can hit generate. Okay. Copy it here, hit select. This will be changed again by the time this video comes out, so hack it all you like, guys. Oh, let's see. Did they email us? There we go. We can verify our good cloud account, verify the email, confirm that. Alright, now we've got this account set up. Let's go ahead and log into NextCloud. Okay. Don't save that for me, Firefox. Alright. First things first, I don't like whatever theming they've got going on here. So in NextCloud, up here at the top right where you've got your username icon, you can click that and we can get started getting this setting here changed to a different theme that doesn't look so bad. Let's see, let's enable the dark theme. And backgrounds, I like this space background here. Makes it easier to see your icons up here at the top now. There you go. The default one for NextCloud in general tends to be this one with the blue. Okay, let's get back over here. Alright, so you've also got other settings in here under the, this is just going into settings basically. So here's your basic profile settings. You can upload a picture to the server here, put in all your different information. Oh, let's see, I think you can change your password in here. Yep. Put on two-factor authentication. Just go through all these different settings here when you need to. When you get logged in, take a look at these. There is an Office client built in here as well. Okay, when you first get signed into NextCloud though, you get dropped off here in the Files menu, which is just file storage. If you look down here at the bottom, for our free account on this server, we get 2 gigabytes of data. There's already one folder in here labeled Talk. Some quick navigation options over here off to the side. Let's see, we've got a notification here. It's asking if we want to allow pop-ups here. We'll hit allow. We already verified our email address, so we can dismiss that. If you have any friends in here, once you start adding people in, you can see them online up here. Quick search your contacts, search for other stuff up here. And then we've got, let's see, there's a Photos app here. All of these different buttons along the top are different apps you can open up and take a look at. So this is a photo manager where you could organize your photographs here. Activity is just kind of a log of what's been happening. So far all we did was reset the password and we created the Talk folder automatically by logging in because we have the Talk app installed on this server. The Talk app is kind of like Microsoft Teams or Discord sort of stuff. It's just a chat messenger, and it does text, it does voice, and it does video chats. So you can add people in here and send them chat messages. Right now there's only just the default chat menu in here. I don't have any friends added in yet. So if you do have some friends, unlike me, you could go in here to contacts and you could start adding in or importing your contacts in here into NextCloud. You could start, a bunch of friends that you could all get together, get some free accounts set up. All of you get in here into Talk, and you've got your own private workspace for you guys to collaborate on files and meetings and everything, whatever you need, getting started up. Staying organized for sure. There's a calendar built into here as well. I'm sure we should be able to probably sync that up, I would imagine, with the one from Proton as well. I wonder. Yeah, sure enough, there's an import calendar function here. So we'd have to export the Proton calendar and then download that file and then import it from here. But you could definitely get those sunk up that way if you wanted to. You can add events as well through here. Looks like they've got an audio player. I've noticed there's an audio player and a music player. I'm not sure why there's one of each. I guess if you prefer one over the other for what you're trying to do or how you like your library set up for playing media, that's on you, whichever one you prefer. I've tried them both. They both play my MP3s just fine. There's the Notes app here, which I like to use a lot. It's just a simple text editor. It gives you some options here. This one is some of the apps on here actually do have phone apps included, so you can get this one on the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, or on F-Droid if you're going through the more de-Googleized, non-Google Play, more open source versions of Android. You don't want to use the Play Store. It's also available on F-Droid. So with this is the easiest way to just take simple notes and stay organized. It's gonna click here to add more notes. They show up on the side here. You can get different categories and just go crazy with this one, however crazy you like to get with organizing notes. There's a tasks app as well. Here it's kind of like crossing things off a list, to-do list sort of thing. Got some different options for that. And then let's see, task 1. Okay, so yeah, this would be usually something I'm not trying to mess with, to be honest. Now, as far as the phone apps I was mentioning go, this Notes app here has its own phone app. So anything you put in here, you can have it sunk over to the phone app or vice versa. And then the Talk app here, for all of the text, voice, and video chat, this also has its own phone app. And then there's also an app for the files in general. Just the plain NextCloud app that you will download is going to be the app for the files here. So those are going to be the 3 apps you get if you're trying to use this on mobile as well. Proton offers apps for most of its services. Firefox even has an app. Bitwarden has an app. So all of this that we're doing here today on the computer, you should also be able to utilize on your phone, whether you've got Android or iOS. All of this stuff should also still be available there. Let's see. Alright, and so now there's another folder in here for notes, since we'd opened up the Notes app and it generated that starter file we saw there. That's going to show up right here as a .md. That's a markdown file. So you can click your app here and get a preview of it. Go. Looks like it'll let us put some information in here too. Yep, looks like it, and it's automatically saved that, and then we can hit the X here. Okay, and we're closed out of that note. And then also on here, there's a little navigation bar at the top to get you back. We're going to go home. If you look under the plus button here, you've actually got several options. You can upload files from your computer, create a whole new folder in here, a new standard text file, a document file for a proper word processor, a spreadsheet, a presentation file, and a diagram. And then if you do Office templates, you could do that here as well. These are all using, it's pretty much LibreOffice. It's all LibreOffice on the background here. So if you hit New Document, I'm just going to name it test.odt. That's the open document format there. Okay, it should load up. Seeing as how this server is on the other side of the world, though, these don't load the fastest, but it's still nice that you get this option if you don't have any local software option available for using an Office suite. If you do, though, or you would prefer to use a local one, definitely check out LibreOffice. I'm sure I'll be doing a video or some kind of entry on LibreOffice in the future, because that's just always been a really great project. And this is kind of the website version of that. Let me see if anything happens if I apply the dark reader on here. Stuff like this is kind of strange. It won't always mess with it. Okay, yeah, it's only going to let you get the taskbar up here. Let's go ahead and turn that back off so we can see everything. Some of these are easier to see with the dark reader off, depending on the page. But yeah, you get like a basic text editor here. So, and it'll also do their version of PowerPoint and Excel, and a different one. I think it's some kind of graphics editor as well there. So that's all really cool that these are included for free in NextCloud. And then, well, last but not least, let's not forget to bookmark our NextCloud here. And there you have it. We've got NextCloud, Bitwarden, Proton all set up for you to use in Firefox now. And that's all open source software, all privacy focused, keeping the data in your hands and out of company hands that we don't like. We don't trust big data, big companies always trying to profit off us little guys and price regular people out of the market. That doesn't have to be the way. Open source software is just as viable and fantastic. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and hope you guys check out a lot of these tools. They've definitely made my life a lot easier, and I like to share them with as many people as I can. Thanks, guys.